From what I understand, he's done it to multiple people, and he's been doing it for years.
Nancy Allen of Old Jefferson, David Jackson, who lives in Gentilly, and Algiers homeowner Nicole Langford don't know each other, but they've got something in common.
His website was the first one to pop up when I Googled. It was professional looking.
His website looked really professional, and he was a local guy, so we kind of felt good about supporting the local business.
Because I just looked at his website and nowhere else, and I made an assumption that everything was okay.
Each experienced a home appliance go down, an ice maker, a refrigerator, and an oven. And all three found what appeared to be a reliable repair company online, touting technicians with 30-plus years of experience in New Orleans and all surrounding areas.
I'll see you there.
All three consumers hired this man, Alvin Barat.
Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. Thank you.
Came out the same day I called him. Mm-hmm.
For Nancy Allen, the ice maker on her Whirlpool refrigerator stopped working.
And when he came out, what exactly did he find? What did he say was the issue?
And then he said it was some sort of an intake valve, that he didn't have the part with him, but he could order the part and be back on Friday to fix it.
She says he asked for $186 up front for the cost of the part.
And I wrote a check, and he cashed it the same day.
Allen would need to pay the balance of $145 for labor that Friday in early June, but says Barat never showed up.
And this last time I called from my office phone, and he answered the phone because obviously he didn't recognize it. And I told him who I was, and he said, "Oh, I got to call you back." And I said, No, trying to get him to stop. I said, "That's what you keep saying." And he hung up on me.
Nicole Langford knows what that feels like.
He'll say, "I'm busy." He said, "I'll be there today." And one instance, he hung up on me. And I looked at my husband. I said, "That man hung up on me."
When she initially reached out to Barat, Langford's oven wasn't working.
He, assessed the appliance, said that it would be somewhere in the neighborhood of $250 or so, and the deposit that I paid for the service call will apply to it. Said he was back the next day.
She paid him $125 in cash June 22nd. Her invoice showed she owed a balance of $180 for the part he'd have to get and labor. But she's not seen him since either.
She's, done the same thing with so many people. It was one of those things where somebody needs to say something.
David Jackson also confirmed this is the same man, Alvin Barat, who showed up at his home to repair his fridge during the COVID-19 peak back in April.
The next step was ordering the gasket. He said it would take, 3 to 5 days to show up. That was when we wrote him 2 separate checks.
One check for the part, the second for labor, a total of $284. Jackson says both were cashed immediately. While he says Barat eventually returned to make the repair, the appliance still didn't work, so Barat was going to try a different part.
After that, it was either a no answer, or when I finally answered, he answered from another phone number. He said the part was back ordered. Now we're talking 3 weeks into the whole ordeal. The part was back ordered, but it was on its way. And then, just completely lost contact with him. After that, he quit answering, all phone calls.
3 local consumers out hundreds of dollars left with broken appliances after this repairman never finished the job. A man the Fox 8 Defenders investigated 4 years ago when an Algiers consumer paid him $250 to repair her washer.
And then the next day, he didn't come. I took off of work. I was home, and he didn't come. He didn't call. He said, "Oh, the part's not in. I'm going to come tomorrow." Took off of work again on Wednesday. Once again, he didn't come or call.
3 days after I reached out to Mr. Barat on that 2016 complaint, he refunded the consumer. Then he operated under a different business name, Ace Appliances Repairs and Parts, a company the Better Business Bureau gives an F rating after at least 10 similar complaints.
It's a pattern of the same type of behavior over and over again.
It is, Shelley, and it's over a number of years. We've had complaints where it looks like that's just his MO. He's going to come in, take a look, tell you a little bit something that you might want to hear, or it sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and he might, but he never comes back and repairs, or generally speaking, he doesn't.
I reached Alvin Barat by phone, and he told me the pandemic's contributed to delayed or back-ordered parts, and in some cases he says he's still waiting on parts. But it doesn't explain why the consumers say that he promised he'd be back on a certain day if he didn't have a particular part in hand, or why he never followed up with them.
Some appliance manufacturers did shut down production plants temporarily to get a handle on COVID outbreaks among workers. Barat told me he wanted to resolve the complaints, and within 2 days, 2 of the consumers I interviewed had a refund in hand, along with another consumer I talked to off camera. Refund money orders totaling nearly $800. The State Attorney General's Public Protection Division can sometimes help too, offering a voluntary mediation process to consumers and businesses to assist in resolving disputes. The BPD, meantime, urges consumers to research a business before you hire one. These consumers, no doubt, will next time.
After the fact, I started researching more and found Yelp reviews that stated that he did pretty much the same thing for a lot of other people.